Anna, what do you make of that? I mean, I have to say, I thought that was actually phrased very well when you look at the complexity of the issue, and of course there's a lot of concern about what is going on in Gaza. That's perfectly natural. But the way the Defence Secretary put it there in what is Israel to do under the circumstances, I thought actually was quite clear.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people would agree with that, particularly looking at all the evidence of the horror inflicted by Hamas. I think what he didn't do is what some of his Tory MP colleagues are calling for, which is go further in ensuring that there is safe passage into Egypt for aid workers and civilians who can flee. He also didn't mention the fact that, I mean, he mentioned that there are warning systems to phones, but the electricity and water are cut off. So without electricity, people can't actually charge those phones. They can't actually get those warnings, presumably. So those are the things I think we're looking for the government to say a bit more on.
I thought it was also interesting when he said, you know, Hamas's sole purpose is to kill Israelis. That's not quite right, and also it doesn't.
But they want to wipe Israel off the face of the earth. That's,
yes, yeah, I mean that is true. But what he doesn't acknowledge or didn't acknowledge is that, you know, Netanyahu has to some extent cultivated Hamas because he saw them as a useful counterweight to the PLO and to Fatah and to other pro-Palestinian groups. And obviously that's not to say that Israel deserves to be attacked or anything crazy like that. But we should acknowledge that, you know, this has been a big failure by Israel because they have let Hamas, and they've even sort of allowed Hamas and encouraged in some ways Hamas to grow. And they've also had a spectacular failure of intelligence.
Yeah, well, look, we haven't got anyone from the Israeli government to respond to that. I would imagine they would respond quite vehemently against.
Well, I think they'd admit that they've had a failure of intelligence.
Oh, a failure of intelligence, definitely. Yeah, I mean, that's been pretty clear.
But you just look at the geography and you can't figure out how this is ever going to end peacefully.
No.
Well,
the geography makes it impossible.
The world's most insoluble problem, and it has been for a very long time.
Yeah.
I was asking everybody earlier how you count your blessings at times like this, and Wendy's been in touch. Hi, Wendy. She says, my 8 grandchildren are my blessings. I live and breathe for them. I just pray the world becomes a better place for them, but it looks like it's getting worse.
Well, sadly, it seems right at the moment, but who knows where we'll be this time next year. Let's hope we are in a better place. Anna, Freddie, thank you very much indeed. We'll see you a little bit later on. Let's get a check on the weather for you with Alex.